So this is an update to the state of my retro cart. Last time I took a video, I had a Sony Wega Trinitron. It was a HD CRT. I decided to get rid of it for a few different reasons, but big parts of it were just the way it handled scan lines. I don't know if you're going to be able to see, probably not on video, the way the scan lines look, but another part was lag. It was pretty good with 480p sources like the PlayStation 2, but for stuff like the Super Nintendo, 240p 480i stuff, it just wasn't quite what I wanted. So I sold it on Craigslist for like 40 bucks. Found a good home, and then I went searching for this, and I found it. It's a Panasonic Tau, I guess. I don't know. It's not 480p. It's just 480i, not an EDTV or HDTV. But I've been impressed with it. It does scan lines much better. It's better on input lag. I don't have like a FrameMeister or anything like that, but I do the manual lag test in the 240p test suite and have been able to hit 0 frames on my Super Nintendo, which I was not able to do with the other television set. So big upgrade. I also changed out what consoles are here. You'll notice the GameCube is gone. That I have a Carby for HDMI, but I don't have component cables, and I don't feel like paying for component cables because they're super expensive. So I swapped in some consoles that I really only have analog for. And I've actually been working a little bit, not really working. I barely started. I'm going to have an HD cart. So Xbox is modded with HDMI plus. GameCube has Carby. The Xbox One X and 360 had HDMI to begin with. I think I have a couple more consoles to go here. So I have a cart for HDMI and Workbench where I do all my mods and stuff. Hasn't really been set up yet. I'm still moving into my new house. So yeah, I have the NES, which isn't working. Like I said in the last video, that was the first console I ever tried to mod, really screwed it up. I've learned a lot since then, did the Xbox myself. So I'm fairly confident that I'll be able to resurrect it. I tore some vias off the board, and I could probably repair it with a bodge, with like a fiberglass pen and stuff like that, and some wires. But I actually ordered a necessity board, which is one of the Open Nintendo variants. And I'm just going to replace the whole motherboard in it. Fairly confident in my ability to solder the whole thing. So that'll go there. And then hopefully an RGB mod on it. I don't know. Might just have to do composite. Super Nintendo N64. N64 has the N64 digital from Pixel FX. And it's one of the earlier chips that has RGB output on it. So I'm able to go component out of that. Wii, which I have component for. Dreamcast is still S-Video only, although I could probably go component at some point. I think there's HD restoration cables for that. And then PS1 and PS2, which are also components. So I'll give you a little tour. Oh, I also got like I talked about last time, the little shoe holder things. I need to organize what controllers and stuff go in them. But you can see they sit there and hold some other controllers and stuff. I also, like I said last time, thought about putting like a bin or something, taking less consoles, more stuff approach. So if we look at the wiring here, I've got the Wii sensor bar. And on the back, I've only got one component input and one composite / S-Video. There's another composite S-Video on the front, but I don't really fancy running cables around the front for that. So I've been trying to go all component where I can. I have HD Retrovision Wii component cable. I only have one multi-out HD Retrovision cable. It's designed for the Super Nintendo, but works with the RGB modded N64, and I just swap that back and forth when I need to. Nintendo's not hooked up at all yet, because the cable management will kind of be a nightmare. It is all Velcroed down everywhere. I've tried to make it so there's not anything hanging between the rows. It's not perfect, but it keeps it relatively neat. I got a GameScare RGB switch, which is recently the Retro RGB, Bob over there, reviewed this and had good things to say. So, and it was cheaper, so I went ahead and got it. And it's been working well. It's got 6 component inputs, so I've still got 2 free, 2 free inputs, and 2 outputs. So eventually I'll probably get a RetroTink of some kind. Maybe, might wait for the 4K, might get the one that's out right now. I don't know. It is a little bit of a hassle to keep sort of clean, because the way it works is it's got these little pigtails, right? So it's got these TRS connector, like, headphone jack. I'll just pull it out and you can see. Headphone jack connectors, pigtails that go to the component and RCA for audio. But it works and it was cheap. Haven't played with it a ton yet, but we'll maybe provide an update and see how it's going. And then I have the PS1 to Genesis adapter, and then use the Genesis HD Retrovision component cables, and then the PS2 HD Retrovision cables. So again, Dreamcast is the only thing that's on S-Video right now. But I'll probably switch it to component to make room for composite NES. But we'll see. So yeah, that's kind of everything I got going on here. Maybe I can demonstrate the Game Scare switch. It's really simple. Here I've got the Super Nintendo going with Goof Troop, but if I just turn it off and then go and turn on the Wii, it switches automatically. So got really high quality component picture going. Turn on the PS1, which takes a minute to turn on. And then we got PS1. I can turn that off and then turn on the PS2. And then we'll have that going as well. So it's a really cool setup. Pretty happy with it. The new TV is not perfect, but it's a little bit smaller. It's 27 inches instead of 32. It has some geometry issues where it kind of pulls to the right. Like it's like not exactly straight. But I think I could fix that with a degausser. I don't know. At some point I'll probably open it up and recap it and see if there's any pots that I can adjust it with. But for now, to be honest, it's perfectly good. Has a great color and scan lines and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, that's the state of the retro cart.